Welcome back. Now, a car accident at the age of 18 would render Sophie Morgan paralyzed from the chest down. She had just finished her A-levels with ambitions to go to law school when the tragic turning point swung her life in a completely different direction. Today, she is a renowned TV presenter, model, and passionate disability advocate. We caught up with Sophie while she was in Nairobi as she tells us what motivates her to keep championing the cause for people living with disabilities. 16 years ago, the course of Sophie Morgan's life would change dramatically when she found herself trapped under the car she was driving. Sophie came out of that accident with her life, but not her ability to walk after she was paralyzed from the chest down. She refused to allow that experience to dim her light, and today she is a beacon of hope for others living with disabilities.
I think about what happened and I don't feel sad, I feel empowered. I think I've ended up as a disabled person, but now I get to travel around the world, I get to meet amazing people, I get to tell the stories of disabled people.
Sophie, who is an advocate for disability rights and a TV personality, knew getting her voice onto mainstream media would be the most effective way to spread her gospel, that she and others like her had a place in society.
I think that television has a real power to normalise and to contextualise disability or any other kind of minority or anything that needs to be represented more fairly. TV can really break down, it's like a bridge between society and the issue, and if it tells the story right and tells it fairly, then it has a real impact in instigating change.
Change Sophie has been instrumental in bringing by highlighting the plight of individuals living with disabilities in other parts of the world. Her piece titled "The World's Worst Place to Be Disabled" chronicled her journey through Ghana and the horrific treatment and conditions of people living with disabilities.
My experience in Ghana was heartbreaking for me. I saw the real consequences of stigma and discrimination in a way that I hadn't experienced before. Of course, there is stigma and discrimination in the UK, but this was an extreme I hadn't seen. So the shackling of people and the sacrificing of babies and these things that go on.
Her efforts have gone beyond the screen to the world of fashion, where she modeled for Stella McCartney's Adidas My 2012 sports line and introduced what she called a maniqual, or a mannequin on a wheelchair, to appeal to disabled shoppers.
I noticed things like, the representation of disabled people in fashion and media was just lacking. So I felt really compelled to try and challenge that. So it's been a massive achievement, I think, when I have found that the walls have come down and a disabled person's been able to get in there.
And get in there she did, hosting the 2012 and 2016 Paralympics in London and Rio, respectively. This opened other doors to host mainstream TV shows and tell a range of stories for the BBC and Channel 4. Whether it is her work on TV, in the arts, and even in the business world, Sophie counts all her efforts toward her greater purpose of leveling the playing field for people living with disabilities and normalizing their existence in society.